Hello, everyone. I am Adam, and we are here with episode 6. Did I get it right this time?
You did.
It's
Yeah.
episode
You did.
6.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I was feeling that one.
How did
So
that happen?
episode 6 of
In a row.
Strixhaven CHAOS. And we've got, so that means after tonight, we have 2 more episodes. So it's an 8-part series. Thank you for being on this journey with us. It has been a ton of fun with these incredible players and incredible characters, and we're going to let all of them introduce themselves now. So I am Adam Bradford, the CDO at Demiplane. You can find me on Twitter at Bad Eye Adam. We have a lot of things going on with Demiplane right now. You can check out Pathfinder Nexus, which is in early access right now for the upcoming official digital toolset for Pathfinder. We've got World of Darkness Nexus and Free League Nexus on the way, and many other things. We also have a show announcement for what is going to come after this show coming in the next week or two. So we're hammering down all the details for that, but very excited to share that with everyone. And I am playing Theo Flux, and he is a Leonin Chronergy wizard, otherwise known as a time lion. All right, I'll go around the room now as they are on my screen. So, Lauren.
I love how every time you say Free League, what I hear is freely.
Freely?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's the Freely Nexus. Hey!
It's an important tool set. It's also it's like a clockwork hand, really. That was the Freely tool set. Yeah.
There you go.
It's the establishment that he set up in Sigil as a home base.
Green flame backdrops and
That's it.
all of that. Yeah, that's it. All right, Lauren.
Oh, yeah, I should talk about me. Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on Twitter as OboLauren. You can find me here tonight playing Malinky Gobnick. I'm a ranger. I do Swarmkeeper stuff. Did you see my light posse? They're awesome. And today, I think I'm getting into a sports thing. I'm doing a sports thing. It'll be fun.
And I am muted, so let's do Hope. Hope is next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hope LaVelle. I am a motion capture performer by day, and I play D&D by night. I am playing Impa Gravestone, the Luxodon cleric, and she's gonna try her best at sports today.
And Jen.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on Twitter as DreamWisp. You can find me on Twitch as DreamWispJen. I do a bunch of stuff. Today, the stuff I am doing is playing Niko Flux. Niko is Theo's sister. I am a Harengon druid. I am a Circle of the Land Harengon druid.
And I see people talking about sports ball in the chat. I don't think any balls are involved here.
It's sports
tonight.
mascot catch, right?
That's it. So I guess you could throw the mascots.
Sports mascot capture the flaggishness. Yeah.
That's it. Got to catch them all.
Legally distinct from chasing a winged ball, though.
Sports. It's just sports.
Right.
Just doing
Definitely
sport
different than that. Not flying around. Like there's
actually,
no golden thing that wins the whole thing and makes the rest of the
flying,
game irrelevant.
There is flying in a stadium, but nobody snitching on anyone in this.
Yeah, you better not.
Probably.
Listen, I know what happens to snitches.
That's the number one thing you need to learn in your time at Strixhaven is what happens to snitches.
Mal will teach you.
Turning it over to you, B. Dave. Take it away.
Hello. Yes, it is the day of the big game. It is the last day of class. It is time for the Battle of Strixhaven for Mage Tower.
Who are you?
Me. I'm that. I do that. I do that thing. I do that thing. Wherever fine streaming content can be located, follow me on the tweetagrams at @BDaveWalters. But it is time for Mage Tower. However, before we get to the big game, some time has passed since you all so heroically recovered the lost mascots from the Witherbloom campus. That was very early in the school year. It is now the very last day of classes. Your days have been relatively uneventful as days at a magical college are, but no one has tried to kill you in like 2 months. So that's something. You all tell us real quick, how have you spent the year? How have you been spending your time? What have you been up to in the days since you all were unanimously voted by your peers as one of the teams for Mage Tower? And let us start with Miss Impa Gravestone.
Impa Gravestone has been spending her time wisely by creating a spiritual choir. And by this, I mean she's found dead people around the campus and got them together to sing some deadly songs.
Wait. Are you the only person that can hear this chorus?
Yes.
Awesome. I love it.
It's like headphones.
Does that mean you put
With
us all together and you're like, we're going to go listen to their latest concert, and we all have to just sit there for 45 minutes quiet doing nothing?
Yeah.
That was. I have a thing. I gotta go. This
Yeah.
was
It just sounds,
fantastic.
Look, they're dead.
Fantastic.
They need hobbies. They need things to do. I'm trying
true.
to build structure here.
they have a lot of time to occupy. And as you just sit there, it just sounds like the wind blowing through the trees. Yeah, no, it's bravo. Niko?
I have been doing my job. I have been going to cheer practice. I have been taking all of my classes and studying. And I have been practicing my shape-shifting. So I've gotten much more proficient with my shape-shifting. It's a little less chaotic. I've practiced in wide open fields so I do not accidentally transform my brother into a dwarf, because I am still convinced that that was my fault. It probably was.
It's not what happened.
And
I mean, I'm convinced that's what happened as well.
You know what? It runs in the family, and I had warned you about that. And at least we know how to deal with it. But I have actually been doing a little bit of research on my, situation to try and, deal with that as well. Doing a little research into some meetings I may have had when I was younger. Mostly it's dumping the actual research onto Theo and then trying to absorb whatever he finds.
And how has Theo been spending his time here?
Apparently he's been researching quite a bit. But he would be doing that anyway. And so he's been researching an awful lot, but you know that it is less about whatever is about to happen in the short term and more about whatever is keeping him in the restricted area of the library late at night. He is convinced that he can undo something in his past with his newfound time powers, and whether he can or not, he doesn't believe that he can. So he is continuing to do that.
Quite a very tangly knot Theo is weaving here, because the paradoxes are real. But I guess we'll find out how that all shakes out. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Of course. Last but certainly not least, Mel.
All right, posse, let's show them what we got. And I'm gonna spend the entire year working with my light posse on dozens of shapes. Squares, circles, rhomboids, trapezoids, triangles in 3 dimensions, in 2 dimensions, in all sorts of patterns up in the sky. When we're not working on shapes, I am teaching Xanther how to pickpocket people, mostly just so that he can learn what the skills are, because I don't think he ever would actually want to steal. And he keeps asking me these questions about, like, so what did you do when you were back in Sigil, and what are all the stuff that you learned about? And I'm like, well, don't really want to go into my criminal record, so why don't I just show you? So he's okay at it, but yeah, he's a little too kind-hearted. And so as soon as he's about to steal something, he just taps him on the shoulder and he's like, hey, oh, I'm real sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to take your thing. And then I put on a light show for the person, and it's great. So that's what I've been doing all year is shapes with lightning bugs and stealing with Xantha. Well,
Like,
kinda.
He's
know.
not exactly subtle. He's literally on fire. But more importantly, are you implying that Xanther lacks manual dexterity? Is that what you're saying?
No, he lacks willpower. He's got more than enough manual dexterity. I happen to know that for a fact.
One thing I didn't say again is we are giving you basically the broadest of overviews of the Strixhaven campaign. Every time we jump through time, there is a ton of really interesting stuff that happens in between. So if you ever have a chance to play Strixhaven at your table, absolutely make sure you do it. Perfect. Excellent. Well, the days have passed. Class has been in session. All of you are doing fantastically. And again, you've become basically campus heroes. And one day, the day of the big game, as you're approaching the Biblioplex in the middle of campus, you hear a voice come echoing across the quad. Oh, look, everyone, if it isn't the big kids on campus, they think they're gonna wipe the floor with us at the Battle of Strixhaven, don't they? Well, we've got something to say about that. We challenge you to a sing-off. We will crush you in song before we crush you on the field. And across the way, you all see 4 very familiar faces. You see Matak Grosh, the huge tusked, very intellectual orc that you all rescued out in the Witherbloom swamp, who did help you corral the rest of the mascots. You see the rest of your sweethearts. You see Melwithorn standing there, covered in butterflies, very sheepishly, not wanting to look at Theo. You see Rampart standing there, trying to catch the light just properly to reflect off of his armor. Like, he looks at Impa and then kind of like moves a little to the side for maximum shininess. You see Drazomir standing there, adjusting his spectacles on his nose there and just sort of like sheepishly waving at you. And you see Xanther coming over to you, Niko, and he leans down and he says to you, you know, they wanted me to play also because they got you off the cheer team onto the field, but I told them they couldn't take all of our all-stars, right? So I had to...
And I think we do a very elaborate high five.
Yeah, very high. It involves you jumping, but he backflips.
Flips,
you know, like,
he
yeah,
catch,
right, yeah.
I land on his shoulders. Yep.
Yeah. So, hey.
Squad formation number 12.
12.
And the
12.
lightning bugs immediately make what looks like a series of shapes on top of each other, like they're stacked, like maybe a D20 and a D6 and a D4 all stacked on top of each other.
I know that you decided that you were up for Lorehold, but did you think about Quandrix?
I did actually, but like
the math right in with us.
The math part of it doesn't sound that exciting, but the shapes, I like the shapes. The posse likes the shapes too.
You see Matak says, blah, 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 blah. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Because like Melwithorn and Drazomir are all just kind of like clapping for the hey, I have turned your own friends against you. They know all of your weaknesses, and that is why we are going to win. But before we win the game, we are going to win this sing-off.
All right, I have
stand a chance.
Pop lock and drop. What?
I have 2 questions. 1, you know this is supposed to be like a friendly competition, or else I would have had to kill people. And 2, why are we singing? You know I'm not a singer. I do like visual arts.
Well, you can pick whoever is going to sing for you. You know, we don't even care because any of us can beat any of you. Theo.
I look over at Theo.
Melwithorn kind of like creeps over towards you and she says, I mean, he said it was going to be fun, and it's a big deal. They had the games only every 3 years, and I thought, you know, at least we could both be playing, because I knew I couldn't be on the same team as you, but we could both be on the same field, and then maybe we could surprise.
This is quite the surprise. I will not mistake that, but I am always up to the challenge. It doesn't matter what it is. I will be sure that I am the best prepared, and so therefore I will be the best to get it done.
You see, she leans in again. It's a dryad. She's basically made out of like living wood, and she has an otherworldly, ethereal glow that emerges out of her. And the butterflies are always around Theo. And she leans in and she says, "Now, Theo, you don't go easy on me." And she does very much poke you. I'm tougher than I look.
I shall not go easy on you at all. I would never dream of that, because I believe that if you are competing in something, you should give it your best.
And Niko, you see Drasomir, again, this huge minotaur that always does everything he can to be as small as possible, which is still
Bet
half
he's got an
again
amazing voice. I have a feeling. I have a feeling he's one of those. He's gonna sister act us.
The deepest bass possible.
Yeah, like this incredible.
Hey, Niko. Hi. Yeah,
Yes, Razimir.
That was really cool what you were doing with the flips and the stuff was there. I can't. That's if you win, they pay off like half your tuition. Like, it's kind of like a big deal. So,
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. So, it just
Strasmer, how do you feel about performing in front of a lot of people? I mean, it's a pretty big crowd, right? I think it's fantastic, but
well, I
mean, you standing alone on a stage singing, it's gonna be great. You got this, bud. I pat him on the shoulder.
You see,
I'm gonna give him guidance. I don't want to be that mean that I completely freak him out, but I just want to get him a little bit nervous.
Urzmatok physically tries to like interpose himself in between the two of you, and Urzmatok as an orc is way bigger than you, but way smaller than Drasomir, who still can easily see over him. He's like, "Stop trying to psych out our secret weapon. You got this, buddy. You got this. You see me? You got the heart of a bull in there. You got this, buddy." Okay. All right. Hey,
Urzmatok,
right.
I heard you singing in the shower.
Those were just scales. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You fall in practice too, also, but all that matters is the performance. You know what? Come on, let's do this. You guys pick your singer. We're gonna pick ours. And you see he's like pushing the three of them away. And again, Rampart still, Impa, you can see there is like sweat all over Rampart and his skin looks very red. It's difficult to tell if it's from the heat or the nerves, but he is just like, they are still very much just trying to like look impressive and making sure that you see them and then going back to it until
Niko's strategy with Rampart is to basically ignore them. Like I'm just gonna play the game with each of them the best I can to try and not be mean, but certainly get an edge up, because this is fun.
I'm gonna saddle up to Impa and say, "I think he's trying to blind you. I'm not sure. Like, that's super shiny. You should ask him where he got like the stuff to make his armor shiny, because that's like extra special."
Yes, luckily you don't need to be able to see to sing.
That's true. That's very true. You're very wise.
So here's how this is going to work. You all are going to choose a champion to represent you all in the singing contest. And the rest of you will get to influence the outcome. You will get to tell me something that you are doing to help. Maybe you are going to beatbox. Maybe you're going to beat time on some books. Maybe you're going to do a gymnastics display. Maybe you're going to do a light display. And based on what you tell me you're doing to help will affect the outcome of it as well. So first of all, choose your champion. Who is going to sing for the team?
So Theo and I grew up together. How's Theo's voice, Theo?
I don't know how to how to really answer that. Theo probably thinks it's really great.
How does Niko think Theo's voice is?
Probably got tired of it.
Wait, Impa was
living
about to say
together for that
something.
long.
Impa was going to say something there. What was that, Impa?
Oh, I didn't say anything, right? I just think that, you know, I'm pretty sure that we're all very talented people here, and but I do have a choir behind me. I'm just throwing that out there. You know, if we want to win on the epic scale.
Well, here's the thing. Like, your choir is awesome. I'm not saying that they're not, but no one else can hear them. So is having the choir enough to help you be awesome solo?
Well, I mean, I can hear them, and yes, having backup singers is quite, you know, invigorating.
Didn't we do something in the past so that we could see Alfred?
I had a see invisibility that was through a wild magic search.
Oh, okay.
He
Also
here,
manifests as a spiritual weapon. So
yes, he's come through a couple of times. Here's what I will say, Impa. If you want to use one of your channel divinities, people will at least be able to see the choir, and they will be able to affect your role.
I mean, I only if no one else wants to be the singer. I don't.
Well,
you
here's
do
what I'm thinking. Like, am I a performer? Absolutely. Can I do amazing things? Absolutely. Am I a singer? You know, I took like sight singing and all the basic courses you gotta when you go do the performing arts thing. It's, you know, I got some theory behind me, but you know, my performance is more, like I said, in the visual arts. But if you want me to be a backup, I can do harmonies. If I don't gotta be the person that people gotta listen to, I can harmonize all you want.
You can also be the light show.
Well, yeah. I mean, the posse is always here for you. You know that.
So music is math, right? It's rhythm, it's harmonics, it's resonance. So I think I feel pretty solid there, but I'm not a performer. I can certainly find something. I can keep a tune, but I'm not a singer.
What if you used your mathematics to keep a beat, or to give us?
Certainly, I can harmonize and I can keep a beat. Absolutely.
Well, that just leaves Theo then. Theo, what are you going to do?
I can really do a mean spoons.
Beautiful.
If I can find some spoons.
Spoons. Does anybody have some spoons?
I would like to have stolen spoons from the commissary and just pull them out of my bag. Here you go. No explanation.
Very, very easy to have access to spoons. Okay, because
Excellent.
I wish that was true in real life.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Because trying to harmonize over a video call is an absolute nightmare, I'm not going to ask you to actually do this.
Thank you.
So who do we think is gonna do this? Who's our best bet? Who's gonna be our singer?
I think
Impa.
Impa's
I
gonna
will
try.
reach out and I will kind of hum a scale and kind of give Impa a harmonic scale and touch your shoulder. I will cast Enhance Ability, Eagle's Splendor on you. You will have advantage on charisma checks for the next hour as long as I keep concentration.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Beautifully done.
Impa, you see your
Da, da,
whole
da, 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 da.
the whole ghostly choir is like and singing their own scales across the way. Again, a significant crowd has formed because these are the two teams that are playing in the championship. Again, the Battle of Strixhaven only happens every 3 years, so most people only see it once in their whole career. So a huge crowd has formed, and as you all are sort of rallying around Impa, you see Rampart turns and looks at you and just nods and kind of steps forward and says, I know you all know me mostly as a tactician, but I've done my fair share of battle rap, and people are like, go crazy, and they start keeping beat behind him, you see, and Melwithorn's butterflies come up and start flying all over the place, and you see Urzmatok starts breakdancing, and even Drozimir starts beatboxing, and you see Rampart says, go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And and he holds the mic over to the crowd, and they all jump in, and the crowd goes wild. And I did roll for them, and they got a natural 20.
And I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs.
Yes!
As he is doing the performance, and I'm going to simply say, this might be the saddest excuse for this style of music that I have ever seen, and I have seen your mother do it.
And what does Silvery
forces a
Barbs
reroll.
do? Oh, you're gonna take a 20 away from this poor Loxodon.
Theo. Wow.
Forces the reroll. And
Nice.
You
has to
see,
take the second one.
Rampart
Theo
was just
Lorn Phlox. I didn't know you had
super
it in
into
you.
it until you say that, and you very visibly see them kind of like hesitate, and then like look at Impa and kind of stall for a second, and they do go on. But now it is only a 15. It is only a 15.
Woo, we can do
As
that.
the
Still
crowd
good,
is
still
like,
good.
And then with Silvery Barbs, I
Mhm.
can then choose a different creature that I can see within range to get advantage on their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. And I am going to choose our champion.
Impa, it is like you see Rampart like wilt a little bit and just feel yourself feel that much better as they kind of look at you, and they struggle to make eye contact, but they do kind of give you a thumbs up as they but then they stand up straight again, like they remember. And step back.
And I
Yeah.
cheer for them.
Yeah.
Like, that was
Mhm.
still really good.
Yeah.
And Mal still thinks all this is in super good fun. I don't know why everyone's being so serious about all of this, but everybody!
I do not like to lose.
Yeah, you see very much like Urzmatok gets done spinning on his head and completely comes down on the arm there, looking at you, Impa, and he's like, well, go ahead, show us something.
Right. I have to follow that. Okay. Right. You guys, are you ready?
For you always.
Okay. All right. Start the spoons. Choir. Right. There we go.
You all see, what does your choir look like? Is their outline start appearing where people
They
can
start
see them?
appearing, and they look like a church choir. Like,
I would like to cast Mage Hand, which
Mhm.
is specifically cast with Swarmkeeper magic. So the way my Mage Hand appears is a whole bunch of lightning bugs make a hand. And the hand is going to appear behind Impa and conduct the choir. Because she's going to be busy out front being the soloist. So they will conduct the choir, and they will specifically give motions in order to get the choir to do visual things as much as singing, because I know that no one else can hear them singing.
Have at it.
Yep, I
Right.
do that. We got you.
Okay.
I would like to watch and listen to what Impa is doing and use that to help predict the harmonic changes. And so I'm going to work with the choir, even though I can't hear them, to help give them the next harmonic note and help keep them on the beat, because I can hear what she's doing and bring it into them and help them find the most interesting, intricate harmonies that resolve into really cool sound.
Perfect.
All right. Very good. Okay. Pitch. Okay. Well, you think you're gonna win today, but I got one thing to say. You're not gonna. Ooh, you're not gonna.
Druidcraft lightning flashes.
You think that you can take my friends, and you think that you can pretend that you're gonna win, but you're not gonna. So baby, take my hand, and we'll spin around and do this dance. Oh, cause you're not gonna win today. No, you're not gonna win today. All right. Thank you.
And all the lightning bugs go up, and formation 38, and fireworks of lightning bugs, and everybody starts cheering.
So,
Yay!
Mal, give me a performance check.
Sure.
Niko, give me either Arcana or performance. And Impa, because of everything that your friends have stacked up onto you, you can roll performance 3 times and take the highest here.
Oh gosh, please be good.
My performance is an 18.
Okay.
My Arcana is a 6. I was trying to go for perception with the listening.
Oh, then do that. Whatever you
Is
were
that
trying
okay?
to do. Yeah, roll the thing you were after.
Oh, and that's a natural 20.
Yay!
So it's a 27.
Oh no. This is great, you guys. 3 tries.
Uh-oh.
And my highest
Come on, Impa.
was an 11.
Wait! I cast Silvery Barbs.
Oh wait, I also get advantage, right?
You get
Yeah,
like
you have
triple
advantage.
advantage.
Oh, I
Well,
got
that was the
That was
3. That was the 3.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, your silvery barbs is gonna force a reroll.
Yes, sir.
I
Wait.
feel like we're related.
All right, one more time.
It's funny like that, isn't it, big brother?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
one more
Come
time,
on.
Impa. I
Come
appreciate
on.
it. You're like negging her into a better performance. Wait, before you tell us the roll, what does Niko say during your silvery barbs?
Hang on, you wanted to go up the major third, not the minor third. Major, not minor. Major. Major.
All right, here it goes.
And then
Come
I really
on.
like start
Oh,
pushing
no!
the rhythm.
No?
It's a 2.
Oh no. So what was the highest you
So
got?
the highest was an 11.
Yes. Where are all those 20s we had before?
Hey, hopefully they're in something important.
Hold on, but
Hold-
if
hold
that
on a
was a
second here.
new
Well,
roll, do you get
here- no,
advantage on the new roll?
No, it's just the force the 1. However, the good news is you only needed 2 of you to beat the roll, and 2 of you did.
Hey!
So, Impa, you see the as you're singing, it's like the choir just sort of gets like a little off, a little out of sync, and it kind of starts throwing you off, But it all comes together, and there's a split second of silence, and the crowd is just like, yeah, gravestone. And you see Rampart comes over to you and just like looks at you and says, well done.
You can call us Grave in the Stones.
Ain't bad. I like it.
I might have lost this battle rap, but my true tactical genius will be on the field, Impa. And you see their eye very much kind of sparkles while they're teasing you.
Right. Very good job. Yes, it was all lovely. Thank you, team. You really held everything together. I couldn't have done it without you.
Rampart, I didn't mean it about your mother. I don't actually even know her, so there was no way that it was actually true.
You see, Erzmatok very much like gets in your bubble, Theo, and you stand a foot higher than him. Although his tusks do almost come to your face when he looks right up at you, and he's like, "Yes, well, you cheated, and you better not try that during the game. Keep it all on the field, Mr.
There
Kind
are no
Lion."
rules, is what all of my research has shown me, and so all is fair in the Mage Tower games.
I lean over to Xanther because the 2 of us have like just
Mhm.
we hugged. It was like, yay, it was great. And I lean
Yeah,
over, I'm like, I
hugging.
thought it was all fair in love and war.
I think this might be a little bit of both, darling.
All right, that's fair. All right, well, so winner buys dinner, right?
Yeah, of course. No, I got, you know what? Actually, I think we need to get over to the field because I got to go get stretched out. I'm still so tense from,
Don't want to
so
pull a hammy.
yeah, don't exactly. I need them both. Trust me. So you
Yeah.
guys should probably go get ready, and I'll see you on the field.
I'll see you there. You go be as awesome as you were just now. I'll be cheering for you.
Go out. Hey, bring me home a trophy, okay?
Or you bring me home one. I mean, either way, we're going home, right?
And you see Xanther does get up and kind of sprints away. Theo, Melwathorn sort of comes over to you, and she kind of looks to the left and to the right, and she goes, "That was very tricky."
I don't like to lose. And so you probably should know that about me. And if that is a turnoff for you, then perhaps we need to discuss the boundaries at the beginning of our relationship.
No. You literally have the heart of a lion. I just hope you're not going to be too mad at me when I steal your mascot first. And she does just like lean forward and kind of put her head against your forehead and then turns and runs away. Like literally faster than you've ever seen her move.
Oh. I was going to make some kind of joke about, but I won't. So
you do see the as the other team is just walking away, Niko, you hear Drasimir just say like, "Good luck."
You did a great job. Those are some beats you got there, friend.
It's all just math, right?
All just math.
And you see, like, he animates a second and kind of like gets like is about to launch into this diatribe about the mathematical theory of music. Like you see it in his eyes, and Urzmatok literally reaches up and just like shuts his mouth. He's like, "Nope, not right now, not right now. To the field, to the field, to the field, to the field," and just pushes them. And they head towards their locker room as you guys get to head to the stadium. Presumably, you would like to head to the stadium.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that warmed up our voices, but now we gotta go warm up the rest of us. So let's go.
Because you have won this contest, you will have advantage on one of the ability checks during the Mage Tower game. But
Which
you
one?
will. Well, it's when we get there. You tell me when you want to use it. However, important question: you do need to pick a mascot to bring with you. So which mascot are you going to bring? You can bring the Prismari Art Elemental, a Fractal from Quandrix, an Inkling from Silverquill, a Pest from Witherbloom, or a Spirit Statue from Lorehold.
Ooh, tough choice.
Which was the smart one we could talk to?
The Spirit Statue.
Listen,
The
I'm
free
all for.
spirit.
I am all for my cool art statue. But here's the thing.
But your art statue is not intelligent and doesn't speak.
Well, and that's sometimes a good thing. But here's what I think. I think either we go for the one that we can talk to because we're pretty good at persuading people. Maybe we can get it on our side and help. Or we go with the one that the two of you are in because, like, there's two of you in the same college.
That is one and the same.
Mathematically, that seems the most fair. Lorehold. Yeah. It's all the same. So Lorehold.
It's you very easily can go to Mavinda Sharpbeak, and the Spirit Statue is there waiting for you. And it's like, ah ha ha! I knew that you would choose me to go into glorious battle of Strixhaven. I have seen what lies in your heart, Impa. I know what you're capable of, Theo. Let's go. Let's win for Lord.
When we are trying to not get you captured, maybe shut your trap and don't talk so much.
Or talk more, just include like the other two of us. I mean, come on, we're a team, right?
Yes, of course. No, you were honorary Lorehold today because you fight not just for the glory of your college, but for the glory of all of Strixhaven.
No. We fight because we're the gravestones, right?
Grave in the stones.
Grave in the stones.
Grave in the stones. I'm already made out of stone. I'm halfway there. Yes, I love it.
Living on a prayer.
And he does, oh, we're halfway there. He does float over and land on your shoulder, Theo. And he's like, I've already brought glory to Impa. Today, it will be you, Theo. Come, sally forth. Let us go to victory.
To victory!
I'm annoyed that he keeps forgetting that I look over at Niko. I'm annoyed he keeps forgetting the two of us, but I like his gumption.
Yeah, that's fair.
You, young Owlin, your name was,
Mal.
no, don't tell me.
Mal.
No, is there a cat in here? That's
The draconic word for bad, Mal.
Ah, Mal. Yes. Hi. Yes. No, I believe in you. And he does like float over and grabs your beak, Mal, and like pulls it in where like his little head is like right there in front of you, eye to eye. Like, you have got this, Owlin. I believe in you. Keep your hands out of my pockets. I have no worldly possessions.
You have pockets?
And yes, you young Niko Phlox, everyone knows of you and your mystical mathematical shape-changery exploits. I'm very excited to see. Do you all know how Mage Tower works by chance?
I pull out a piece of paper. I got this pamphlet that I stole off of somebody that's got a bunch of phases and things.
Yes, well, it's quite simple, really. We shall go to the stadium here at campus. Obviously, everyone will be there. You know,
where?
The stadium.
Stadium.
I don't recall a place on my map called the Stad. Anybody have the Stad?
Are you trying to say stadium?
No, I'm succeeding in saying stadium, but some people might pronounce it in that barbaric way. Yes, we are lore holds, sir. We're held to a higher standard.
I don't know if it's higher. I mean, communication requires that both parties receive the message. And if someone goes around saying stadium when the word is said stadium by most reasonable people, then
we're not
that is
here
not
to
communication.
Be reasonable. That's not what Strixhaven is for. We are here to command the mystical and the magical. We're not supposed to think so small, young Leonin. No. So once we enter the stadium.
Oh, the stadium. Got it.
Stadium.
I don't even eat, and it's making me nauseous. The way it will work is you will place me at the south end of the stadium, and your enemies will, not enemies, friends, opposing teammates, a little more than that for some of you from what I've heard.
Right now, they are enemies.
Other team.
Frenemies.
We'll have their opposing mascot at the other end. The ground in between is difficult terrain. It is very hilly and treacherous, so flying is encouraged. And all you have to do is go and get their mascot and bring it back to your side before they can get me and take me to their side. Very simple. You can have access to any of your mystical abilities. However, it is strictly forbidden that you harm the opposing team. You also
I pulled out my swords and I'm like, oh.
No. Friendly exhibition. It is a battle, but not to the death.
What is the threshold for harm?
If you have to debate it, you've probably exceeded it, young Phlox.
Fair enough.
So, don't hurt the other team. Don't hurt the spectators. Are you all not of a... I thought you were twins. Like, you're practically indistinguishable. You're not the exact same...
Many similarities, yes.
No, it doesn't matter. Come, let's just. I want to get out there.
Yes, but magical display, not harm.
Can we hurt their feelings?
Of course, it's implied, as you should crush them utterly when you have defeated them in the single largest stage of their entire life. This is the high watermark of many of their existences, and you will crush and taint and defeat them for all time.
Psychic damage is still damage.
Perhaps don't draw blood.
Emotional damage.
There.
Yes.
Okay, two quick questions.
If they
One.
bleed on the inside.
I mean, that's where you want your blood, isn't it?
Yes,
Always.
but nothing. Well, that is true, but you should have it in its appointed vessels, from what I understand. It's been some time since I had a pulse myself. Also, Impa, choir work, top flight. It was I didn't expect the 5-part harmony.
Right. Yes, that was on Niko.
Indeed, yes. There was quite a lot of the shadoodoo going that I found to be very pleasing. Yes, that.
Speaking of top flight, for those of us who are going to do the flying thing, how high can we go, or is there like a ceiling?
The limits of the stadium, and he does pull out a map and show you the stadium, which is about 1,000 feet end to end. So it's pretty big, but there's stands where everybody's in there. And the height of it, I'm not sure. We'll call it 200 feet.
Okay, so well above where I'd want to go, and then, so we're not supposed to hurt the other team, but we have access to everything else we have. What if we were to say summon some allies?
Everything is accessible to you there.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Because I don't know a lot about sport, but I do know that when you got more people than they got, that's an advantage.
Yeah, particularly harming the other participants, the mascots, the audience, or the facility is not allowed. Everything else is pretty much game on. And what I will say is the way this is going to work out practically and mathematically is we're going to do this more narratively than usual. So you can fake certain spells or pretend to do some things in an attempt to mislead the other team as well.
So do we want to think about a little bit of strategy? I mean, actually, no, we should just go.
Can't we do both? Can we talk and walk and fly
Sure.
and talk strategy? Yeah.
I can't fly. I don't know. Can you fly? Well, of course you can fly. What am I thinking?
I can fly with magic.
You can?
I can.
It sounds like
I learned that recently.
Good for you.
Sounds like not being on the ground is probably a good thing. And I'll look over at Niko and Impa. You got anything?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Flying. Are you able to achieve a level of levitation to? I'm trying to be like him, but it's not going to work. Can you fly?
No.
Okay. Maybe then those of us that can fly, we're the two that go after the other team, and those of you who can't, you stay back and you're defender because you don't have to move quite so much.
Sounds good. I did want to say, though, that I can certainly transform, and if I can get someone to be invisible, if that would help us, and if it would help us, I've got that vortex warp where I can port someone from one place to another.
Oh.
So,
fancy.
if you get stuck in a tricky corner and you're not too far away.
How far is
Do
too far?
not use that spell on me because I can turn myself into mist and appear someone else very
Oh,
quickly.
look who's so
I've
fancy
recently
now.
learned that as well.
Right,
But
but if you're carrying something, does it also turn to mist?
I believe so, or otherwise I would have been a very naked lion on the other end of the spell.
We're all
But that-
naked under our clothes.
I mean, ain't that fair? I just learned how to wear clothes like 4 years ago. Hey, so but that's like your stuff. What if you're carrying the thing? That's a creature, though, right?
The mascots are creatures?
They are. Oh, well, some of them are creatures, some of them are constructs, some of them are beasts, but grabbing it and misty stepping with it is a viable strategy.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Mhm.
I
Usually
was also
it's up to 50 pounds,
Mm.
and they're
Who
all
is-
small.
Who is leading our charge here?
I think Theo.
Who's going directly for it? Theo, you're going to go directly for it?
I bring a lot of attention. I typically don't want it, but I do. I'm an imposing presence, and so I can absolutely cast the spell and become Theo the Flyin'.
Thank you all for
Take
tuning
off.
in. This has been episode 6 of Strixhaven CHAOS. How dare you!
That was good. That was so good.
cheers. Mhm.
Oh, goodness.
All right, well,
Dare
Theo, if
you.
you want to be
10 points to the other house.
if you want to be distract lion, here's what I was thinking. I recently learned how to summon a little friend, and So if we want another flyer on the field that's friendly to us, I can summon a little beast that could help us out. That actually flies even faster than I do, and is super
Oh.
quick, and can do the thing where they can like get away from people without them swiping at them. So like if they get into a
Swiping,
hairy
no
situation, no swiping.
Do we know? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, if I summon my friend and then Theo and I go in all flying V formation like those ducks that are super mighty, like I think we could just go right for it.
Yes, that sounds good.
I think we can get there very briskly because when I become a flying, I definitely can move very quickly.
How fast can you move?
I can move probably faster than you. I don't usually like to compare like that, but I believe I can move up to, I don't know, 60 feet per 6 seconds.
Mal is going to attempt to not
Possibly
look...
120 feet.
Yeah,
per 6
Mal is going to
seconds.
attempt to not look super, super upset, but he will continue and say...
But Mal, no. I can only do this temporarily, only for several minutes. I cannot do it at all times like you can.
Well, yeah, listen, I can do about half of that on a good day, and the creature I can summon can do about the same as you. So I guess of the three of us, I'm the slowest, eh?
We can tie a rope to me, and you can just get drugged by myself.
No.
and the creature that you summon.
This just means you and my friend are the vanguard, and I'm your backup, and then we trust
will
that...
distract. Perhaps you can become invisible.
What if
I
I make
can't.
our
And then-
mascot invisible?
Oh, well, that probably makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Mal,
sneaky.
Right.
So make
And
the. I'm sorry. What was your name, little mascot person?
I don't
creature?
have one really. I'm just a spirit statue. You know, it's I was known as many things previously in life. Now I just like to be a free spirit.
So
you would
Oh,
remember
we
earlier,
shall call you Freely. Let's
I
call
was-
this.
I went there too.
Yes, there's
I
a
went there
long
too.
and storied history of a grand bold halfling who swept across the plains doing deeds, met his one true love and got married, and now legend says
I
they
have
travel on a
done
flying fortress.
so
You know,
much
across the world.
research, and I have never heard that. That sounds made up.
I heard.
I just heard he was tall for a halfling.
Yeah, and you're tall for a spirit statue, so this makes sense. Freely the spirit statue. Done.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I am very tall for a spirit statue. And
Now I'm
and
scared
I
to try and cast anything on this because I know it's going to be an agent of chaos.
do have a clockwork hand now. That's odd. Have to reform myself here. Yes. All right. So I will say, since you all are very familiar with the other four and generally what their strengths are, Urzmatok, again, for all of his bluster, really is truly is brilliant. And, you know, he has a very specific set of capabilities around potions, and he's really good at making things. Melwathorn, although she is a dryad, is actually very, very spiritual, highly religious. You think she is mostly exists like in the service of life, essentially, is what she puts all of her power towards. Rampart, again, you know, fancies themselves a tactician, but is not all bad in a fight and can be very inspirational, as you all have experienced side by side. Drasomir, you know, is usually so quiet and so restrained because part of the reason why that is when they lose it, and they kind of become unstoppable. And when they get going in a straight line, it is kind of difficult to stop them.
I'm sorry, repeat
He's a
Rampart
him.
again?
Rampart's basically a bard.
Got it.
You fought with Rampart enough that you,
Yeah.
you know that. Yeah. Very valorous. But he's not
His
the
mom's a
fastest.
bard.
He was a
I
great
thought you admitted
storyteller.
you had never met his mom.
I read about her in some of my research.
However, the last day of the term has finally arrived, and it is time for you to crush your opponents at Mage Tower or face ignominious defeat. You've prepared all year for this. The Battle of Strixhaven is upon you. Gathering your gear, you hustle towards Strixhaven Stadium. Time to show everyone what you're made of. And I have given you all the map. Strixhaven Stadium is enormous. The circular bright green field is covered with small hills, and 40-foot towers rise up at either end of the field. So sorry, it's 40 feet, not 200 feet, Mel. Sorry. The surrounding bleachers stretch 55 feet into the air. 5 spires fly each of the flags of the Strixhaven colleges, and a 6th flies the banner of the Strixhaven Star. Before the battle begins, you all hear Professor Sharpbeak's voice echo out magically where everyone can hear. Students and teachers, staff and friends, welcome to the Battle of Strixhaven. Today, 2 teams of Strixhaven's finest will battle for the right to call themselves champions. They've practiced and you've waited. Now let the game begin. And it is time for you all to take the field.
Right. Everyone, just remember your P's and Q's, and go out there and get them.
Get specifically that one, and I'm going to point to wherever the other mascot is.
Our Prismarius and our Quandrixes. Got it.
It is at the other end of the tower. Important point of clarification. Niko, are you going to turn Freely, your spirit statue, invisible?
Heck yes, I am.
All right. You turn him invisible, and he looks down at his hands, and he goes, "Bah! This is the right tricky thing. I shall be as quiet as a church mouse."
Please remember to be.
Right.
I would like...
And
I
I'd like
should
to work
alert
out
all of you. That it has been so long since I have actually went into battle, since I have harmed another living soul. But this is my game, because no one dies, no one gets hurt, but I can still bring out the killer instinct. I am psyched for this. And I let out a little bit of like a roar at the end of that.
Theo, you can't see Freely, but you feel his hands on the side of your head while you're roaring, and you just hear his voice in your ear like, "Yes, lad, that's what we need. Yes, unleash the beast, unleash the beast." Sorry, Impa, you were about to say something a second ago.
I just think that it's interesting that we chose the most talkative creature to then turn invisible. So let's hope this plays out okay.
Dangerous, but we'll see how it goes.
It's a gamble.
I'm smart enough to be quiet when necessary. No, it's fine.
And I'd like to work out a strategy with Freely, the spirit statue, of sort of the locations where they are going to be hanging out, so we can defend that general space, but never specifically, indicate.
As part of the rules, they can't leave the tower. But they promise
so
that they will do what they
the
can
tower.
to try and evade essentially anybody that grabs them. And Mal, you were saying something. Sorry.
I'm gonna take a moment and I'm gonna cast Summon Beast, and all my lightning bugs kind of swirl around this space as though they're going to make a shape. Except instead of them making a shape, what appears out of the shape is something that kind of looks like the art elemental mascot, except instead of having the 5 weird legs and it just looking like the mascot itself, it actually has wings, as I can summon this creature to be a flyer. So yeah, it goes on my initiative right after me. It's got its own stat block that I'll take care of, but I've summoned that, and it's concentration up to an hour.
At the other end of the stadium, you see the other group come up, and the platform raises with all of them at the exact same time, and they actually look really cool when they come out. The first one you see is Rampart standing there in the spotlight, and next to him, Melwithorn sort of like motions, and you see her butterflies go flying all around them in a halo. For the first time ever, Niko, you see Drasimir actually stands up to his full height and like takes the glasses off and puts them in a little case and tucks them in his pocket and just kind of starts rolling his shoulders here. and Urzmatok just comes out and takes a drink of something and breathes fire into the air. It's whoosh, and the crowd just goes wild as they all get up. And you see Melwathorn, Rampart, and actually Rampart doesn't move, but you can very much make out that they're still trying to make sure Impa sees them. Melwathorn and Drasimir actually wave over at the other side, but Urzmatok just sort of looks at you guys and goes, and gives the ancestral halfling gesture in your
How
direction.
dare.
You hear, sorry, Impa, let me just say one more thing. You hear a whistle, and Xanther and the rest of the cheer team like very much start going into their thing, Niko. There's very much a hole in the formation where Niko should be there. But,
Right at the top of the pyramid.
right at the top, flat top pyramid right now. You know what I mean? It's truncated.
It's a ziggurat.
Exactly. It's a cheer ziggurat. Sorry, Impa, what were you going to say there?
Impa is looking at this fantastic display, and she's gonna reach into her bag and start pulling out bones, and she's just like spilling them onto the ground. She goes, I don't know how we're going to follow that. I really do. Is it hard to breathe in here? Oh. And she's gonna be, Alfred, I need you here right now. And she's gonna take the next minute and cast Animate Dead. So Alfred is going to become an animated skeleton.
I love that so much. Oh,
just get up and creaks, and it has its tie on. You know, it is a very posh skeleton. You know, very much upper right. You know, and you hear this freely the spirit statue just say, "I realize I'm supposed to be quiet, but I suppose necromancy doesn't violate the rules. I mean, the spirit of the rules, to be certain, but not the. I guess I myself am a spirit that is passed on. Never mind. I rescind my objection."
Look, the rules were that we are not going to harm anyone, and Alfred is never harmed anyone.
yeah. Same with my spirit beast over here. No harming.
He's like, well, fight on, fight proudly. I shall remain right here, but I'm surprisingly spry. I will evade them if they come my direction. It looks like the game is about to begin. Are you ready?
Ready.
Yes. Come back with your shielder on it. And you hear Professor Mephinda Sharkbeat's voice
I don't have
come
a
through
shield.
that says, let the games begin.
Yeah.
And you all see right then, Urzmatok looks at you all and throws something down, and a cloud goes off, and you can't see any of them.
Oh no.
So here's how this is going to go. This is done in 3 phases where you all are going to tell me what you do, and then we are going to roll to resolve it. The 2 of you that are attackers, first of all, tell me what you intend to do, and the 2 of you that are defenders tell me what you intend to do. Remember, you have 1 total advantage roll out of these 3 phases.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Is the mascot considered a creature or an object?
I believe the spirit guardian is a construct. Let me
I think
double
that's
check.
right.
They're not
what-
all the same.
And what did
Uh,
they have? Did we see
Do
what
we
their?
know what
Oh,
they have?
They have an inkling. Sorry, I didn't describe that. You absolutely see it. You have to see it to be able to go after it. It is like a swirling black mass of living ink.
But ours got made invisible before we went out on the field,
Correct.
so they don't know what we have.
They don't. They can't see. They didn't see it. Yep.
The
It's
main
invisible.
purpose behind my question is I'm
Mhm.
trying to understand, is interacting being interact with an object action, or is it going to be grappling a creature?
You are going to be. Oh, well, hang on. Let me verify 2 things. First of all, your creature is in fact a construct. The spirit statue is a construct, and the inkling is a ooze. The inkling's a tiny ooze.
Okay.
However, yes, attackers, what are you doing? Oh, I guess that's what. Yeah.
So
You're the other end of the stadium. What are you doing?
Theo, so technically, my bestial spirit goes
Mhm,
after me,
mhm.
but if we're moving kind of as a unit, because Art can fly 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be with Theo, and then
Mm-hmm.
I can only fly 30 feet. So I'm gonna have my spirit go with Theo and kind of try to get there first.
Mm-hmm.
And I will follow them and be backup.
Perfect. And Theo, what are you doing?
As soon as is it a bell that rings?
Oh yeah, I
or-
mean it's like go. Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
he throws
So-
down. He throws. She says go. You see Urzmatok throws down something, and the cloud erupts around them that obscures your vision from what's happening over there.
So two separate things here, mechanically and then narratively. So
Mhm.
mechanically, what I am attempting to do here is I definitely want to use this 3rd level fly spell to get the automatic success
Mhm.
per the mechanics.
Mhm.
But then narratively, you see Theo begins to trace runes into the air, and he just steps forward and says, "The time lion is now the," and he just surges into the air, just looks like a superhero, like blasts off into the air. And Theo is going to just make a beeline with a dash action and everything else, so he can move up to 120 feet towards the other mascot. And the entire time he is just roaring, trying to get as much attention as possible. He's not very afraid of anything that can happen to him, because he is putting way too much stock in the fact that you're not supposed to hurt other people in this.
Got it. Theo, give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
While I'm getting that, defenders, what are Impa and Niko doing defending on the dais?
Do I need to declare the advantage before, or can I do it after the roll?
You only get the one, so I'll say it's up to you.
Okay.
I'll say it's up to you.
Well, okay, that's fine. I'm going to hold off then and see what I roll first.
Okay.
So I'm going to use it on this one.
Okay. Okay.
So that's a total of 15 on acrobatics.
Okay, perfect. Niko and Impa, what are you two doing there on the dais?
I would like to dispel the magic that is creating the fog.
Great choice.
Okay.
So
What's the range
Niko
on next? He's about
sees
100. He's
120
about 100
feet.
Oh, well then yeah, you're within range.
So
Yep.
I see the swirls, the way the fog is swirling, and I start
Mhm.
countering that and ramping that up more and more, and just absolutely just dissolving it by countering the wave patterns of the fog.
Excellent. On the
And
other
advance.
side, you see Theo hurtling right forward, and it looks like the dais is completely blank. You see the inkling, just this like goo on it, and you see Theo, his hands right there about to reach out for the goo. And when he does, instead, when he grabs it, it is glue that holds him right there to the platform. And you see Rampart is standing there right next to you and goes, fell for the oldest trick in the book. You don't see the other, you don't see Urzmatok. You do see Melwathorn and, these names are such a mouthful, Drazimir, making their way across the ground, actually. Even though you know it is difficult terrain, Drazimir is just bounding through it like it's not stopping him at all. And she is actually riding on his back, like holding on to his horns as they're like coming across the field, and they are coming very fast. And you don't see Urzmatok at all. What's Niko do? Or sorry, what's Impa doing?
If I see, what's his name? Drasmir.
Yep.
Is carrying
Melwathorn.
Melwathorn. Oh, is that great?
Again, they're all a mouthful.
I'm gonna step forward and reach out and be like, "What? And this would be fun." And I'm gonna cast blindness on.
He already can barely see.
Drazomir.
This poor boy.
Poor Drazomir. He has
Impa
no glasses.
Impa and Niko, both of you give me insight checks.
Just in case it matters, my spell was a 3rd level. if
Okay,
that becomes relevant.
keep track of
Oof.
that. The spells you're casting, keep track of it. 'Cause
That
it
is
does
a
matter.
natural 1.
It does
I
matter.
would
The
like
perfect.
to use my advantage to reroll.
He already used it.
Oh, it's one
Oh, to
total. I
group
thought it was-
Yeah,
one.
no, it's one total.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
so sorry, everybody.
No,
I had
it's okay, it's
idea
okay.
No, it's
about
okay.
that. Like,
Yeah, no, the one
My bad.
total. Mm-hmm.
I got
Yep.
a 15.
15 and 15. Perfect. You both here. I realize I'm supposed to be quiet, but this seems like a problem. From right behind you.
Oh,
Phase 2.
Wait, I didn't get a chance to go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
'Cause I-
actually, you actually give me insight also.
Okay. Yeah, because I was kind of just waiting
Well,
for Theo
Actually,
to
you
go.
tell me. Would you rather attack or would you rather defend? I know conceptually you're both on the attack, but you've seen Theo is stuck now. On the
Yeah,
other
but I
side. Yeah.
don't
Mhm.
see the inkling.
You don't.
Okay. But we know that they're supposed to stay on the dais.
They have to be on the tower.
It's definitely on the tower. That's the rules. Like they can't take it off the tower.
Okay. I would like to try to figure out where this thing is because I trust that Theo can get himself out of a sticky situation. And I got a friend with me. So
Perfectly.
how
Give
do
me
I-
acrobatics.
acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me. Yep.
'Cause
Give
I'm-
me acrobatics.
Okay. Not the best. That's a 10. Yeah.
I'm going
You-
to
Mhm.
so Theo seeing this happen
Mhm.
just takes his fingers and you see him just start drawing something. It looks like he's winding something back and use the chronal shift ability to provide a reroll for that
Okay.
as
Mhm.
reaction.
Again, that is way better. It's a 22.
See, Mal, you see you're going the wrong way, and Theo looks at you, and you kind of move to the left a little bit, and on Rampart's back, you see this black pudding that you managed to reach out and grab off of Rampart's back.
Interesting. Okay, so then I
Mhm.
will turn around and start to fly back, and my bestial spirit is going to come with me. And since they haven't had an action yet, they're going to now play blocker for me. I'll try to be stealthy, but I'm heading straight for wherever I got to take this thing. And if someone tries to take it from me, they're gonna be the blocker.
Phase 2.
Ooh, sorry.
Mhm.
Is this game like where we get kind
Capture
of
the flag.
a normal initiative though, as far as like an action bonus action, or?
Not really. It's kind of like you do a thing, roll, you do a thing, roll, you do like that. Yeah, that's basically it's
Okay,
more
so-
narrative than that.
Okay, because
Mhm.
I mean, as a bonus action, I'm allowed to move my animated dead. So I don't know if that would have been able to happen if we heard or
wh-
not.
Where you want to move him to?
Well, if we heard screaming, I'd throw him back that way.
Perfect. Because currently both of your mascots have been nabbed. You have theirs and they have yours.
Okay.
So perfect. Phase 2. This is when you can use magic or fake magic to either try and distract or mislead your opponents, but not be distracted or misled yourself. So this is one of those things you can't actually like use a fireball to hurt them, but you can make it seem like you've thrown up a fireball or something to try and force a reaction. Essentially, you have a non-lethal version of anything you can do. So is your intent to either fool or play and basically attack, or not be fooled and basically play defense?
Quick question.
Yep.
If I know that the mascot, until it's nabbed, is supposed to stay on the platform, and it was not, it was on Rampart's back.
No, but Rampart's on the he is on the dais. He was on the dais with Theo.
Oh, I thought
Theo,
for some
Theo
reason I was
tried to
picturing the
grab it.
dais being like this tiny little thing of one creature. Okay,
No,
my bad. Never mind.
Theo thought he had it, got stuck, and Rampart is right there. Like it was like, ha ha ha, you fell for the oldest trick in the book type thing. And
All right.
Your
the
mother
inkling was
fell for the oldest trick.
I would like to use deception, not necessarily that I'm casting a spell, but that I don't actually have the thing that I do, and that I don't have their actual
This is definitely the magic phase. So
Oh.
if it is your intent to deceive, you must do so magically. This phase in particular.
Well, can I use my bestial spirit to help out with that? Can I hand the thing off to my bestial spirit, who is carrying it, who's way faster than I am? And then because what I want to yell out is to my friends and be like, I don't know where the thing is, and Theo's stuck. I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need your help. And so they're all looking at me while my bestial spirit is flying with the thing.
While trying to hand it off. That's your intent. Perfect.
Yeah.
Theo. Rampart has not noticed that Mal got the inkling and is basically standing there next to you laughing as your hand's kind of stuck in this black goo.
So I am going to I'm going to use a second level spell to I start saying words and I say,
so hang on. One important thing about the way this works, if you cast a first or second level spell, you can give another team member advantage on their next roll. So yes, tell me what you're going to do, but also the way this works specifically, you will give another person advantage.
And that was definitely the intent, because what I'm trying to do is trying to further distract Rampart to make it stay that way, that he does not know that it has been taken yet. And I want to provide the advantage to Mal. But in the second level spell, I am going to, you see, Theo says, I take that back. Your mother is not, it's not the oldest trick in the book. Your mother is the oldest trick in the book. And then I'm going to turn into just complete mist and Misty Step and Misty Step behind. Now that's a bonus action. I don't know if I get to do anything else, but the idea is I'm trying to wrestle Rampart.
Rampart's way bigger than you, but they don't expect this. Yeah,
totally fine.
What I will say also, the way this works specifically, when you cast a third level spell, you get an automatic success that I will let you tell me when you want to cash it in. So when I ask for the rolls, since both Niko and Theo have used third level spells, and there is another phase after this, I will let you tell me when you use your automatic win.
Oh, I'm using it next time. That's the dramatic moment. But right now, just trying to distract Rampart and say, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is the black pudding?"
Impa, what's Impa doing here?
So Impa would like to
again. Your choices are basically fool or attempt to not be fooled. Really attack or pretend to attack, or basically still defend and try not to be tricked. Essentially,
can I see who took the totem?
You cannot. If not for the fact that it could talk, you wouldn't know at all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then. Oh God. Okay. So my intent is then to attack. With a second level spell.
So again, tell me what you're going to do, but you also will be able to give advantage to someone else.
My intent is to use Ray of Enfeeblement to hopefully give them they're going to be weaker. And
trying to bring down Drasimir.
Yeah, so basically they have less strength and they will have disadvantage at their strength throws or whatever.
Okay. And who are you going to give that advantage to?
I'm going to give it to Niko.
All right. So Niko, keep track of the fact that you have both an advantage and an automatic win banked. Okay. And Niko, is your intent essentially to attack or to defend?
So I wanted to try and do something with the spell.
Okay.
My hope, so I have one advantage and I have one auto win. I would like to use Vortex Warp where the voice is to try and pop the spirit statue elsewhere.
Okay. So Vortex Warp allows you to teleport.
Yeah.
Okay.
To teleport within 90 feet.
Okay.
And to move it to any unoccupied space within range.
Okay, so you're up on the dais. It's been grabbed. You're gonna try and bring it back. You hit it with invisibility. Actually, if you hit it with invisibility, you can see it.
If I, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you are aware that it is moving. Yeah.
Phew, phew.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
So-
kind of call out where whoever was
So-
carrying it is.
Here's how this is going to work. Even though you're doing it as a teleportation, you are going to give me an athletics check, is how it works to actually wrest it away from someone who has it. You can just do it at a range.
And you have an advantage.
And
you do have
success.
So you have an yeah. Theo, you were going to give me deception. Impa, you were going to give me arcana, and Mal, you were going to give me deception.
I am going to cash in the fly-in 3rd level spell for an automatic success on deception because I'm not rolling for that.
Perfect.
So it's a 16. I did use my advantage for that.
Perfect. 16. Okay.
I
Theo's
also
going to
got a
take the auto win.
16.
16. Perfect. Okay.
And I used the advantage that Theo gave me and got a 21.
Perfect. It was 16, Niko, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Niko, you pull the spirit guardian across to the other side of the dais. And he looks at you and he's about to say something, but he just does this. And you see a cloud of mist disappear from one side of the dais to the other. And Urzmatok appears behind him and grabs him again and turns like he's going to leave. The rest of them, you see down on the field as the ray of enfeeblement hits Drasomir, he very clearly starts to slow down. Like
I don't know if he's also blinded. I don't know if that happened, but yes.
he beat the blindness.
Okay,
He,
cool.
he did not beat the ray of enfeeblement.
Great.
You see Melwathorn sort of looks down at him and looks up at you, and her eyes just sort of narrow, and she turns into a bird and starts coming your direction. Rampart, however, you feel their chest kind of like expanding under your arms, Theo, like you're sure they're about to get away, but he's like, this should be nothing. It's more of a leverage thing. I just need to. It's supposed to be a sporting competition. And Rampart cannot get away from you. Phase 3 is Urzmatok is the only one on the other team that has actually rolled pretty well. This is phase 3, where Impa and Niko. Anybody, well, let me rephrase. Anybody that is trying to catch Urzmatok has to roll perception. Niko, because you can see him, you can try strength to get your mascot away from them.
Is this a point when Impa would be allowed to use the advantage on perception, or is this straight?
Absolutely. Oh yeah,
Cool.
no. This is it. This is phase 3. So
I mean,
anything that you got banked, you should
If
do it
it's
now.
a strength, yeah, I'll go ahead and use the auto win.
Yes.
That's a 15. And
What did you say, Hope?
oh, sorry, it was a 15, and whatever I can do to use my Alfred to jump in their way. I don't know.
Perfect. Impa, you have no idea where he is. You see Niko is looking at something.
Okay.
But you can't see it. Niko, you said you're going to use the auto win. You do reach forward and pull it out of Urzmatok's hands, who is right there. Actually, you can't see him. He's still invisible, but you are able to like pull the spirit guardian away. Like you feel that you've got it. Mal, you see Melwithorn's eagle just bust a 90-degree angle straight into your beast, and her talons yank the inkling away from it.
That deception check didn't fool her?
It did not.
Okay.
It did not.
What? Okay.
She pulls the inkling off of it as well.
Can both of us go after her?
As I was about to say, currently you all have your mascot back, and they've got their mascot back as well at this exact second as she's flying in the air. She rolled very well.
Okay.
However, yes, Mal, what would you like to do?
Well, the two of us are gonna chase after her because especially since my beast has 60 feet of flying, I got 30.
It would be a strength check from the beast to try and just take it right back again.
I love this. Can I assist my beast?
Can I act before that happens? Is there any chance that they're not going to catch her?
I mean, there's a chance, but my beast is actually pretty strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so either way, this is I have to take an action in this final phase.
Yeah, you're very aware of what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go first, go for it.
Right.
I am going to cast a 3rd level version for my last spell slot. 3rd level version of Hold Person on her as she is trying to move with their mascot.
Nice.
And take the automatic win on this, I assume?
Yes.
She grabs the inkling, and as you see, she immediately just freezes, Mal. Like she's actually going to start falling.
Well, then here's what I'm going to do, because she turned into is she a giant eagle or just an eagle?
Eagle.
Okay.
Normal size eagle.
Perfect. So because my bestial spirit is small and I'm small, but the two of I should be able to grab an eagle. So I will grab the eagle so it doesn't fall. Bestial spirit's going to come by and grab the inkling and go. And not only does it have an 18 strength, it has flyby, so it can't provoke opportunity attacks.
Nice.
Ooh. So it's going to use that momentum and 60 feet of flying speed, and it's gone.
It's going to come down to this last opposed roll as it is heading back to the dais, and Urzmatok has one more shot at getting your mascot away from you. So which one of you are going to roll for your last roll here? I don't mind who. Decide amongst yourselves.
What kind of roll is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Straight up opposed, head to head. It's the beast is on the way back with the inkling. You guys are about to win unless Urzmatok can pull out something right here at the end. So whoever wants to roll it.
Who's been the luckiest tonight?
Two quick questions though. What's the roll that we're doing? Is it just whatever we can figure out?
Just the head
straight
opposed.
Okay.
Just 20 to 20.
Where do we need to deposit this thing?
Back on the dais.
Okay.
Because it's capture the flag.
Your
creature is straight on the way. Yeah, as you basically have Melwithorn's held eagle body in your there. Right.
Is Urzmatok flying or is he on the ground?
You don't know.
I thought I wrestled it back from Urzmatok.
You did, but
he's gonna try to get
he's got Nace up his sleeve. Yeah, right.
Okay.
So you don't know. Urzmatok threw down the smoke
bomb,
and then
so do I.
Right.
I actually
haven't used your guaranteed win yet, have you? Or
well,
did you?
I did to use the strength, but I have rabbit hop, which means I can get myself far away if I need to.
But you can't take the mascot off the dais. That's you have to stay right about here. You just need your mascot to still be here when Mal's beast arrives with the inkling, essentially, and you win. If Urzmatok can get it off the dais before then, the game keeps going.
All right, so stop Urzmatok. Do whatever you gotta do.
So maybe Niko, you roll the 20 for us.
Yeah, whoever wants to roll. Yeah, I don't mind.
How do you have our bestial our thing in one hand and stop Urzmatok?
Well, can I use another third level spell and
if you got one?
Win? Yeah, I got one.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna call lightning down.
For real?
I know the fractal patterns.
Yeah.
Enough
you
to create
have the ability
boundary
to
around us to keep Urzmatok away while we get back to safety. I can keep the pattern such that I can leave an opening for the eagle when it's getting there, because I can think ahead like that. Because I'm a quandrix, and math is my superpower. And so lightning is going to come down and start swirling around Urzmatog, and swirling around us to keep us separated.
You see the lightning hits the ground and Urzmatog jumps backwards. Well, you see basically the outline of them like covered in smoke, and he just says, "Hey, come on! You're not supposed to hurt anybody out here." Oh, ow, ow, my eyes! Ah! As the beast comes flying over with the
You
inkling
did it!
and gets back to the dais and drops it. And the spirit shroud, the spirit guardian walks over and just puts its foot on the back of the inkling and kind of pins it there and just says, "Victory!"
And the lightning changes direction into like victory fireworks.
The crowd just goes wild.
Niko jumps up and does like a triple flip and lands.
The truncated cheer squad down there very much is like, oh,
Actually,
yeah,
can Niko do a flip off and land in her position at the top of the pyramid?
Absolutely,
For victory
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Bring it down, bring it.
I'm gonna.
The crowd goes wild. Yes.
I'm gonna gently bring Melithorn to the ground, who I'm assuming will be unheld momentarily. Give a nice pat on the back and say, good game. And then I'm gonna go find my bestial spirit and give a wing 5.
You see, she does like roll over and like turn back and is standing on the dais and looking at the inkling, and she just goes, "Almost had him. I get the point of these athletics, though. This is really gets the sap flowing, doesn't it?" And
Hey,
you see,
we won! Yay!
you see, she turns and she looks at the skeleton, and then looks at you, Impa, and looks at the skeleton, and she's like, "I could perform a funeral to help him, rest properly. If you like, just return him to the earth, as it were."
Yes, I believe he's going to need a funeral because he was absolutely useless.
He just sort of does like skeleton hands on his skull
Impa,
there.
Impa, we're not supposed to hurt anybody, remember?
He does just fall back into a pile of bones.
He knows I love him.
You see, Urzmatog does walk over to you, Mal, especially since Niko has jumped down and is showboating, and Theo is over there. Urzmatog does just like kind of stand there. You barely come up to his waist, and he just sort of goes,
Hey, good game. That was lots of fun. Everybody okay? Well, yeah, like that was super sneaky with the inkling on the back, and then like, lots of the smoke and everything was super cool.
Well, we underestimated the speed of a flying lion, actually. But is that I believe I heard someone refer to it as a flying.
The term is flying.
The flying.
Yeah, I think he invented a whole new form of art. It was great.
It's over on the other dais as the horn sounds. You see Rampart just turns and looks at you and says, "You are actually a tactical genius."
I am a genius, and so that probably applies to many different kinds of things. But I do want you to know that I hold you and your mother in the highest regard, and none of that was meant with any kind of actual truth behind it.
I've long since accepted who she is. It's fine. He just like claps you on the arm very heavily. He's like, "Tell me, although they sit down, like all this like creaking armor kind of on the dais, even though everybody's going nuts chanting all of your names." And he's like, "I have to know, what were you thinking when you just came straight towards us roaring? Because I thought for sure I had you in that gum trap for the rest of the day." I was like, "Ha, fool."
Rampart, the battles that I have fought in my youth, in my younger days, they could truly feel an entire biblioplex. But I have turned away from that life. But when we were in this kind of environment, when it was safe and no one was to be harmed, and I knew that I would not mistakenly kill someone and rip their throat apart and blood everywhere. And you say that for just a moment, Theo starts to just kind of spiral for just a second, like into just all kinds of chaos. And then he just shakes it off and he's like, well, yes, I just I know a thing or two about tactics. I suppose I can say that. And but I am truly concerned now that I'm going to be in trouble when I go on my next date. And Theo is going to look down, and then he still should be able to fly, still concentrating on that. And so he is literally going to like descend very gently down, and he is just going to say, I am so sorry that I held you in that way, but I will make it up to you by holding you another way this evening.
You see, she looks at you and she frowns, and she looks like she's very upset with you, but a couple of flowers start to blossom that she very much tries to like cover so that you can't see them as they
see the butterflies flying, and I start singing, feel the timeline, dating a treat.
Well, she just looks at you and she says, well, I suppose if I couldn't be the Mage Tower champion, at least I can be seen with the Mage Tower champion.
I just want you to know that even though this was duplicitous and there was all kinds of wild competition out here, I want you to know that I am always someone you can rely on.
Nope.
Theo, are you sure that you don't actually want to be?
You know, that is a disqualification because you're not supposed to harm anyone.
No psychic damage.
Theo, I'm pretty sure that you should have joined me in Prismari, and that you should be like one of those poets, and because it's amazing, like the words that you come up with. It's absolutely astounding. It's fantastic. You should be like inventing new words. You should, or maybe that's not Prismari. Who does the thing where you just like come up with new languages? You should do that.
Is you all are sort of
applying.
No.
I gotta keep egging him on.
I will end this series after 6 episodes. So help me. I will give no resolution. Yeah.
Niko's gonna do a backflip down to the other team and sort of high five everyone, and you know that was some clever playing there, Matak. Was some sneaky sneaking.
Well, you know, the person that actually came up with our overall team tactics and strategy wasn't even Rampart, it was Drazimir.
And Niko looks over.
You see Drazimir is kind of putting their glasses back on, but they look completely different with like they're bare chested and just like robust and everything, and it's like when they put the glasses on, it's like they shrink again instantly.
Huh. Who knew?
I was
Niko puts the flower back in her hair.
I was the MVP of my local village 5 years running, actually. Yeah. Just sort of get going in a line and I just can't really stop. You were really great up there when you grabbed it back from that was really cool. See? Yeah.
I mean, you did it. That was some strategy there.
And he does reach out one of his like huge hands there for a fist bump. All of you give me perception checks.
Sure.
I only have eyes for Xanther, who's over on the side, and now that everything is all taken care of, I've flown off the side of the field and I have flown into him, and we have gone tumbling as I'm like, we won, look at that, I'm gonna have a trophy for you later, because I rolled a 12.
Whatever it is, I catch it with my natural 20.
Hey!
It's 27.
20.
Natural 20.
Niko, you see Mal tackles Xanther and they kind of roll for a second until Xanther has Mal pinned down because Xanther's way bigger than Mal. And he leans up and smiles, and right behind him, you see something shimmer, and there's a distortion, and you see, and something stabs Xanther in the back and yanks him off of Mal.
Can I grab him before he leaves? Can I grab him?
2 creatures appear that just shimmer into existence for all of you to see. They are absolutely horrible. They have black chitinous shells, exactly like that scale you found. They have huge heads with very sharp teeth. They have 4 legs like a spider and long tails that are whipping over them. And you see one of them picks Xanther up in this tail as he's kind of like limp as it pulls it back behind it. And they turn and look at the rest of you and just say, all of you roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And our spells are used, yeah?
Everything you used is gone. Yep.
But my bestial spirit is still up.
Yeah, anything that you had that was concentration on, unless you dropped it, you still has. I'm gonna drop in our Twitter conversation exactly what these things look like. By the way,
Where would you like us to put our initiative rolls?
you can just tell me.
Okay.
9.
That is a 9 for Niko.
17.
17 for Impa. 4 for Theo. Okay, Mal.
Dirty 20.
Mal, dirty 20.
Nobody stabs my boyfriend.
Boyfriend? As I'm like,
Yep.
And if Mal wasn't like laser focused, like there is a deadliness in his eyes that you've not ever seen. And if
Yeah.
he wasn't, he'd be like, well, yeah, of course. Why not? Like, of course.
Impa, was that 17?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Mal, you are first. You are point blank with these things. You had no idea they were there until it attacked. It is only because Niko saw what she did. The other one didn't get a surprise attack. So you are first, Mal. This is point blank. There's 2 of these things.
As bonus action, I'm casting Zephyr Strike because that is not. Oh no, that is concentration. Never mind. All right, screw it. I'm just stabbing. I have both swords on me because I don't go anywhere without them. I'm going after the one that is currently stabbed Xanther.
Okay. Mal, you notice that, like, even though on the front of its head there are what looks like vaguely glowing eyes, it never looks at you. It's not even looking at him. It more like turns its head the entire time, like it's listening for you more than looking at you. You
said that Xanther's on the end of its tail?
Yes.
I got a natural 20. I'm going after that tail. I want him off.
Go ahead. Yeah, roll your damage.
So it was a 26 to hit. So all right, here it all comes. Roll that crap on the sword. So it's 5 piercing damage on the sword. This thing is now my favored foe. It's gonna take another 3 for the favored foe. And then the light posse's going into action. And we're gonna do
Wait, so was that 8 total on the 20 or a 16 because of the 20?
It was a natural 20, so it was a 26.
No, what I mean is damage wise.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta go back because I've been doubling all the dice. So it was a total.
Oh, if you doubled the dice, what that's fine.
Yeah, so it's because I've got like 3 billion little bits of damage. So it's 5 from the short sword, which and then 3 from favored foe. All these are already doubled. I rolled like crap.
Okay.
And then 6 force piercing damage from the swarm.
Okay.
That was my action. As my bonus action, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
That's not nearly as well. 14.
That is not enough. The first time you slash into the tail and you see it does droop slightly, and does drop him. He just kind of falls to the ground though and doesn't move when he hits the ground.
Okay. So that's why I missed with my bonus action. And then I will move over him. And then my beast is gonna get an attack. It makes the number of attacks equal to half the spell's level. Okay. because he gets multi-attack. That's land and water. That's
Also, Impa, you're up next.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at any of the attacks for this thing, so now suddenly I have to look at it.
No, I get it. What kind of monster would make you have a fight at the end of all this?
I know, right? All right, let me see. Does it actually hit? I think it uses my spell, so 18?
That is enough.
Okay.
As you get close to this, Mal, you actually see it does have very small arms on the front of it, but these like giant spider-like legs.
Wow, I roll like crap. 1d plus 4 is the spell's level. So 4, 5, 6. So it's going to take 7 more piercing damage as my bestial spirit is going to come on by, my summoned beast, and then because it has flyby, it will fly away because that's no, actually it's not. It's going to stay there. It's going to stay there. It's going to tank.
Perfect.
And that's me. I don't have a health potion, but my other short sword I dropped. I just got the one in my hand, and my other's on Xanther, and I'm just over him going like, hey, no. We were supposed to go like tonight. We're supposed to go home tonight, not somewhere else.
You do see it looks like his fire is fading. I think it's dimming right there in front of you while you're looking at him.
Impa!
It is your turn.
Oof, I had a plan, but now I'm being called. Okay.
Impa.
Okay, what? How far is Xanther? Can I get to him?
You were all down on the ground. I'm gonna say he's about 40 feet away.
I can't reach him. Yeah, I can't reach him. So, 40 feet. That's so annoying. Some people only get 30
All right,
feet.
you do what you can.
All right, I'll get to him. I'm going to move 30 feet, and then I'm going to look at this creature that has been stabbed, and I'm going to...
It's actually been pretty heavily damaged, yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to point a finger and say, Alfred, and Alfred is going to ring a gong, like just like a bong, and I'm tolling the dead.
Okay, what's your toll the dead save?
Wisdom 14.
It got a natural 20, but better to use for this than on an attack, I suppose. Now, the bell rings, but you see it just when it rings, it turns and it looks right in your direction and tilts its head like it's listening to you, Impa. But it doesn't seem like it heard it.
All right, then in that case, then my bonus action will be to cast spiritual weapon. I'll say, Alfred, go.
And you see the shield and sword leap to life. Go ahead and attack.
Okay, that is going to be a 24 to hit.
That is more than enough.
And that'll be, yes, 11 points.
Give me a dex save.
Dex save. Oof, that's not going to be good. Oof, ouch, it's a 2.
You see what does your weapon look like, by the way?
My spiritual weapon looks like Alfred.
As Alfred comes forward with his shield and strikes it, you feel like a sword bites into you, Impa, and you take 5 points of damage. The moment you hit it, it hits you at the exact same time.
Interesting. Okay, got it.
Anything else from Impa?
That's it.
All right, perfect. This thing is beat up. Like, you all have clearly harmed it. Like, its carapace is cracked. Like, it's oozing strange alien blood. But it is still fighting. And the second one is unharmed. It is their turn, actually. Mal, the one that has been unharmed, zeroes in on you and lashes out at you with its tail. What's your AC?
14.
It hits you for 22 points of piercing damage. Give me athletics or acrobatics.
That's a 9 or 10. That's a 10.
It hits you with its tail in
silvery barbs rather.
Okay.
I can roll that again.
Yes, and then I will go ahead.
Well, let me ask you this: do you want to silvery barbs Mal's escape from the attack, or do you want to silvery barbs the attack on Mal?
I want to make the
if If I
follow
might
me?
ask,
Mhm.
I don't mind being hit, but if I'm the only thing keeping these things from going after Xanther more.
So make its attack miss is what I'm thinking.
Either way, but like if you can at least keep me from being pulled away, I've only got +3 to acrobatics.
So it's
kind
a
of
creature that succeeded on the attack roll.
Basically, yeah, if it hit and then
or
if
the
you hit, then you get the grapple check. So I'm like, do you want to
Yeah.
re-roll the hit, or do we want to re-roll
Well,
the grapple
let's
check?
reroll the hit, because if the hit misses, then the grapple also will miss.
Okay, what's your AC, Mel? Sorry.
14.
It's honestly, I rolled worse, but it is still enough to still enough to hit. What was that for the grapple though, Mel?
I only rolled 14? A 10.
Yeah, you feel yourself picked up off of Xanther, and you are restrained. As you see, the thing turns around and looks at you, Mel, but it doesn't look at you. It's more like it's analyzing you, and it just holds you back behind it. And turns its head and looks the other direction. The one that originally attacked Xanther now very much has Impa on the brain. However, I rolled horrifically. Impa, what's your AC?
17.
It comes forward and these legs lash out like cutting and slashing at you, but it is not able to hit you. But this thing is really big, like it's bigger than you actually, Impa, as it's coming forward clawing at you. But it rolled horrifically. It is now Niko's turn.
Okay, I would like to cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
And then attack the one that is grappling Mal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to
Is that a save for it or an attack from you?
It is going to be I think it's both. It is it must make a dexterity save if it ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere, and then as a bonus action I can attack with the sphere. So it will be the appearance of the sphere, and then the attack on.
All right. Roll to attack.
It. Okay. So it's 2d6.
I will say, while she's finishing up, I did my Constitution saving throw to keep the bestial spirit, and I passed barely.
Excellent.
So the bestial spirit is still hanging out there protecting Xanther.
Excellent.
So that's 8 points of damage.
Give me a dex save.
Dexterity save. And I get to add 1. So that's a 15. I'm sorry, it's a 16. And if I fail it, I can do some things to bump that up higher.
That is enough. However, you notice when the flames hit this thing, flames erupt around you, Niko. You're able to jump back and get out of them, but the moment you set it on fire, it sets you on fire. Okay. But you do avoid it. Okay. Anything else from Niko?
Let me just see one thing. I'm so sorry.
No problem. It is going to be Theo's up next.
But I'm assuming at this point we're all noticing that magic attacks are causing retribution, while my sword did not.
That is what happened, correct.
Then I'm not going to... Did it take damage when the sphere appeared, or when or did I have to take the attack, the bonus attack?
No, you had to attack it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I will hold off, and I know what I'm going to do next turn instead.
Perfect. So nothing else?
Nope, I'm done. Thank you.
Perfect. Theo
is muttering under his breath. So it looks as if damaging spell. It's a good thing I don't have damaging spells. And then as he starts to move forward, he says, he raises his voice and says, "I do not know what you are, creature, but you have chosen to mess with the wrong mages." And I am going to cast Phantasmal Force.
Mm-hmm.
And what I am doing here is I want to make an illusion that makes it look as if a sphere of annihilation has opened right next to Mal with the attempt to make this creature believe that it needs to GTFO, or something's going to happen with it. And with the spell, the target, it looks real to the target until it takes at least an action to interact and make an investigation check to make sure that it's not real. So
what is your save DC?
The save DC is 14. No, yes, 14.
You do see both of them turn. When you say you've messed with the wrong mages, they look right at you, Theo, and tilt their head like they're listening, and you get the distinct impression they understand what you're saying to them. And this sphere of annihilation erupts into existence, and they both hesitate and move back from it.
All right. And so basically just trying to get at least the one, if it's going to take its action to see if that's real or not, to lose a grapple on Mal, typically is what I'm trying to do there. Now, if it continues to double down, then it can do damage to it with Phantasmal Force. And then knowing that this has been rebounding on people, Theo takes 30 feet backwards at this point.
Perfect. Excellent. Now, as you all are doing this, Impa, right next to you, you hear Rampart say, every time I spend an evening with you, it is always so interesting. And they put their hand on their shoulder and they're like, but I believe in you, Impa. And you get a D8 Bardic Inspiration. And Rampart says, I've been practicing with this thing. And he pulls out a long, oblong, cylindrical tube. And he's like, Erzmatok made it for me. Says it's for hunting. And flames erupt out of it. And I actually rolled a natural 20 for Rampart's blunderbuss here. You see the other team launches into action. Melwathorn runs faster than you would have thought she was capable of, unimpeded by any of this terrain, and runs over and puts her hand on Xanther's chest, and you see a green glow appear around her hand, and he goes, and she kind of just cradles his head as this thing is still basically standing right over them. But she does seem like she's protecting him. Erzmatok does come running in, and he pulls a dagger out that erupts into green flames, and he hits it, but when he does, there is a green flame explosion that comes back on him too, and he actually falls to the ground with smoke kind of coming out of him. And you see Drasomir just sort of says, oh dear, it's happening again, and comes charging right over and grabs onto the tail, and Mal wrests you out of the tail. You hear twisting and creaking at it as he just pulls you out of it as he's wrestling with this thing here. But your friends are helping you. For once, you don't have to fight alone. But that brings us back around to the top here with Mal. You are loose as you and Drasomir have engaged whatever this is. He's still got it by the tail. This one is otherwise unharmed. The other one is beat up pretty significantly.
Are both of them within my striking distance?
Well, one of them for 100% is. The other one moved the 40 feet over to get to Impa. Missed with its attacks, but did move. So one is close, one is 40 feet away.
There's a second where Mal wants to go after the other one because that's the one that stabbed Xanther. But I'll clap Rampart on the shoulder and say, thanks. I'm going to move into
Drasomir.
Sorry. I'm going to clap him on the shoulder. I'm going to move into flanking because I just saw that.
Oh no. Stun. AoE stun. I'm sure she'll be right back. Hopefully that didn't break the overlay. Nope, there she is. Hey.
Oh.
Lost you for a second.
Okay. Am I here?
Yep.
All right. I'm moving into flanking and attacking with my swords. First attack is a 24.
More than enough.
All right.
Impa's up next, by the way.
Mhm.
It's gonna be 6 piercing damage, 4 favored foe damage, and then my swarm is gonna swarm on in and do 3 swarm damage. I forgot I actually get 2 attacks because I'm a level 5. So here's my second attack. Oh, that's only a 16.
That is enough.
Oh, okay, good. All right, here comes all the little damage again. 8 piercing damage, 3 of
This is on the injured one or the uninjured one?
whatever the one that I got pulled off of.
The uninjured one is the one you got pulled off of. Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Yeah, there's all in the uninjured one. 5 of the favored foe damage and 3 of the favored foe damage and 5 of my swarm. And then as bonus action, I'm hitting it again. And there's just rage.
Have at it. Is Mal, you're just seeing red. You see Drasomir looks at you and his eyes are all red and bloodshot too. Like he's kind of starting to froth a little, like as he's wrestling with this thing.
It's a total of 12 more damage from all the different sources. I want these things dead.
Perv, you find every like piece and chink in where these hard plates fit together and are just like stabbing it as the posse is creeping into it too, biting and scratching away.
And then my bestial spirit is gonna go after it because I want this thing dead. That's a 16 to hit.
That is enough.
And this is 1d8 plus 4 plus 2, so 5, 6, 7. It's 9 more magic beast damage.
Perfect. Excellent. Impa, it is your turn.
Impa is gonna look at this one in front of her and just like turn green as she casts Ray of Sickness. It doesn't hit with a 10. So with her spiritual weapon, she'll use as a bonus action, have Alfred attack.
Okay.
For a natural 20 to hit. 26.
Nice.
That is enough.
Does that double damage or what is the?
It does. Yep.
Okay. So if I got 15 points of damage, do I just double that or roll again?
If you can just double the damage, if it's the same dice, so 30 points.
Yep.
Impa, give me a dex save.
I'll take it. Oof, it's a 4. All right, I'm ready.
It's 15 points of damage come back on you.
Okay.
However, Alfred is able to slay the beast. So you tell me what it looks like when Alfred kills this thing.
Alfred straightens his tie, grabs his shield, and just charges forward until he just rams into it.
You see it kind of hesitates for a second, looking down at him, and it's like lashing at him with its other arm, but it can't hit him because he's not there. And it just drives down to the ground. And he turns and looks at you, Impa, and he just sort of like...
That makes up for earlier.
And just points at the other one, like you got to go after it here.
Yeah.
That brings us to the other one. Let's see. Mal... Oops. Wait, where'd that go? Lost it. Mal, it lashes... breaking everything now. Lashes out at you with its claws. What is your AC? 14. It hits you once, raking across with like this like razor sharp barbed claw for 15 points of slashing damage.
And there is hate in my eyes as I go unconscious.
You see it drops to the ground, and as it raises up with the other leg, Mal, as you're sliding away, you see Xanther jumps in front of it and just holds his hands up, and a wall of flame appears between the two of you as he's standing over you this time so that it can't drive down the second time. And he just looks down at you and he's like, hey, game's not over.
I always like it when you put out that fire like that.
Niko, it is your turn.
Well, I can't do what I was going to do anymore, so I am going to run up to to Mal, I guess, and cure wounds.
Okay.
I'll
much
do it
you-
at second level.
Second level.
2d8 plus 4, plus I have an ability from my new goodie that gives me an additional d4. I believe. So that's 14, possibly plus more. Let me just look really
Perfect.
quickly.
Anything else besides the heal?
Yes, I want to sustain the fire, but I won't attack with it. And I will transform into a wolf since we're now in flanking position.
Perfect. Theo, it is your turn.
Oh, Niko, thank you so much. Thank you.
Add
thank you, thank you.
another d4 to that, Lauren.
Okay, I'll roll that.
Perfect.
All right. Theo sees that his new friend Mal is in dire straits, and for the first time in many, many years, something snaps inside of Theo. And you see that he just throws his shoulders back and lets out a roar, and he charges ahead and is basically rushing forward to grab this creature, grapple, continue to move with it, and hold it into the flaming sphere.
Perfect. Give me your grapple check.
Come on, big money.
Do you want me to roll damage on that? In case he succeeds?
Let's see.
Yes.
It's going to be. Oh, I am proficient in athletics. And so that is a dirty 20.
You absolutely grab it and start pushing it into the sphere. However, what was the damage there, Mal?
7 points of damage.
Give me a dex save, Mal. Or not Mal, Niko. Niko, sorry.
Oh, Niko.
Dexterity save.
15, 16, 17. 17?
Same thing. As it catches on fire, you start to catch on fire, but you manage to jump away again as it basically is reflecting all the magic, essentially, that is coming at it. Perfect. You are holding it there, Theo. You see while you're holding it, it starts to try and climb out again, and you see Drasimir has it by the tail and is basically like reeling it in, and you see like his fur is starting to smoke and burn, but he seems just unfazed by it while he's trying to help hold this thing into the fire with you. And Rampart again, Rampart actually looks at you, Impa, and says, I've been experimenting with a bit of a quick shot. Let's see. And like 2 shots go off very quickly. Again, just like slamming into this thing here. Urzmatok seems like he's not moving, actually. And he's still laying on the ground from where the green flame blade got him. Melwathorn comes up next to you, Theo, and she puts her hand on your back and she says, "That's my lion." And you start to grow to twice the size that you were before, Theo, easily able to just handle this thing and continue pushing it into the fire where it just burns and burns and burns into ashes.
I'm immediately hugging Xanther. I don't know what that thing was. I don't know why it was after you. Are you okay? You're okay, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you
like,
okay? No, but that's it. No, you got me, but then it got, yeah. Whole.
I will immediately transform back out and run over to heal Urzmatok.
You see when you lay your hand, his eyes open for a second, and he just looks at you and he just says, "Is this what it's like every day for you?"
Yeah, pretty much.
And that is a good place for us to stop. Okay. We'll find out next week what the heck those things were, but we are going to jump ahead a little bit into the future. We're going to jump ahead almost to the very end to find out what all this has been about, who's been messing with Strixhaven, and why. So tune in next week.
His name is B. Dave.
was a me.
All right. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. And we do absolutely realize that we have a good bit of the wild magic stacked up. We are going to address that next time. We just didn't want anything to impact the Mage Tower games too much tonight because that was a pretty big deal. But thank you for rolling, and we will get to those next week.
Save.
Yeah, we have the list saved. So thanks so much for that. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We will be back here next week, same time, same channel for episode 7, penultimate, they call it. Episode 7 of our 8-part series of Strixhaven Chaos. Everyone have a good one. Talk to you later. Later, Gators.
Bye-bye.